Karim, how's our director today? Ali, anxious with a glimpse of excitement. Karim, I prepared us pasta with chicken and fries. Say goodbye to anxiousness and hello to our favorite plate. Ali, you always know how to lift my spirit. They both grab their dishes and head to the living room to start eating. Karim, tell me more. Ali, you know that some demonstrators have assembled next to the Council of Ministers building, stayed there for a few days. Some were hit, while others were arrested by the army forces, and the famous scientific complex was burned down, and each side blames the other for this incident. Karim, sure I do. Tarek had nothing else to talk about in the past weeks at office, even trying to motivate some employees to support the cause of protesters. But why would that make you anxious? Ali, you know about my graduation project. The more of such incidents, the more work that shall be conducted by our team. We have been shooting plenty of interviews, along with a few random moments in an observational manner. The workload massively increased. I began thinking that the movie would only become richer in content, but most of the team members are more concerned with the insane amount of effort and whether it is worthwhile. After all, I think it's their right to feel tired, but we need this to be as comprehensive as possible. Karim, I hear you, and I guess that you've been maintaining your hostile attitude with the professor. I think you all should be worried. Ali, yeah, we're more worried about him than ever. We've got more footage showing aggressive practices of the army men against civilians. I don't know whether he would approve these in the movie. He says he's too worried about his reputation, but I can feel he's only worried about becoming a national security target for either the Ministry of State or, even worse, the Ministry of Defense. You know, I've always kept myself out of trouble, and I never was a part of a revolutionary scene, but now it's my duty to include every major component in my movie. They've been teaching me how to be objective and the value of truth in the life of a media professional, but now I'm afraid that truth is too much for them to handle. My colleagues have even asked me to keep some of the videos and imagery out, as they're sure the man wouldn't let them be admissible, and they thought it was best not to provoke him. But I convinced them that it's best to show him everything we have, as not to undermine our own efforts. Have you seen the image of that woman beaten and undressed by army soldiers in the middle of the street? It has already gone viral, and I don't think we'd be protecting the army's reputation if we didn't include it, even if this was a proper intention. Karim, yeah, it's brutal. It was shocking, even for someone like me. Ali, so that's about all. Now tell me what's up with you. Karim, nothing interesting on my side. I just think you should care less about the documentary. It's just a college project, for God's sake.
Ali, yeah, it's just a college project, and I'm just a college student.
This is what I'm supposed to care about now.
Karim, you'd rather focus on achieving the best grades.
Everyone already knows about the governmental crimes. As you already said, you won't be providing eye-opening facts. There is no glory in fighting with your professors, Ali, and there is no dignity in keeping the most relevant information away. Karim, then we need to tweak your strategy. Tell me about the arrogant professor. What do you know about his own career? Ali, just a few highlights that I recall. He studied at New York Film Academy, worked as an executive producer within a few movies there. Then he worked for National Geographic, shooting some movies in the jungles for a few years. He produced a single documentary in Egypt. It was about the college students' protests against President Sadat's regime. Karim, well, let this be your angle. Like this movie on YouTube, and share it on social media before your next meeting. If it's not uploaded yet, you should even figure some way to find it and upload it yourself. During the next meeting, you'll have to let him point out and criticize all the negative aspects of your own footage. Listen and nod as if you actually care about his opinion, and then start praising his own work while relating it to yours. Ali, how? Karim, tell him that despite the fact that you didn't participate in any sort of protests, sit-ins, or anti-authority activities, you were all frightened to death while shooting this footage, that you might in any way be suspected to have a relationship with revolutionary figures and activists. Until you saw his movie and admired his courageous documentation of the truth at the time, reminding yourselves of how minor the dangers you might be facing now shall be considered in relevance to what he has faced, and as you're
privileged to learn from the best,
You feel obligated by the profession's ethics to uncover every blind spot for the audience.
Ali, he won't believe me after all the fights we've had throughout the course. Karim, I bet he will. He may hate you for being provocative, but he knows for certain that you're not a hypocrite like most of his students. You just need to mean what you're saying. Ali, I guess there won't be harm in trying. I will start searching for that video now. I just hope it's worth praising.
Karim,
Haha, just drop aside your arrogance, and I'm sure it will rise up to your standards.